Back guys again in our CCNA journey, and as we all
Mm-hmm.
know that this is our first session in a CCNA, Cisco
Mm-hmm.
Certified Network Associate. So what is
Mm-hmm.
we are gonna learn here? It's all about network. What we learn here guys? What is network and how to provide connectivity and all, how things are actually happening, how we are sharing data in the real time. See, you guys are far away from a location, but with the help of network guys, what we can see, we are connected to a common network, that is internet. And if we are connected in a common network, what we can do, anyone in that network can communicate one to one, or one to many, or one to all in that network. What is that basically?
Mm-hmm.
We will be learning these kind of technical things, how it is happening with the help of network. Like right now, we in the whole internet there are multiple people, but what I am doing, we are in a group of, we are connected in internet. Now we have logically built a group. In that group, only we three are there, and what we can do, we can communicate to each other. That's how beautiful is
Mm-hmm.
network is. So what is network guys? Whether you're learning CCNA, whether you will be learning CCNP, whether you will be going with CCIE, you will be getting expert on the one major topic, that is network, how things are happening. So guys, what is so basically remember one thing, network is providing connectivity, providing connectivity. First thing that
Yeah.
we have to maintain, that is connectivity guys. If we are not connected to each other through any medium, we'll get to know about
Mm-hmm.
wired and what is wireless, we'll get to know about all of these things. But network is what? Providing
Correct.
connectivity, so that the devices within that network can share data. The result is, can share data at any moment of time, at like any point of time. Right now, maybe 30 minutes later, maybe tomorrow morning, maybe it's up to them. Whenever they want to share data, they can do it. But the first thing that we need to have, that is connectivity. Okay, so how we are providing connectivity? So basically, you're using cables and all, networking devices and all. We'll get to learn all of those things like in our CCNA journey. So basically, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, let's talk about connectivity. Connectivity can be more in depth, guys. To make it like understandable, we'll think like, so that let's suppose we have computers over there, and we want to form a network in between them. We only have two computers. We are not thinking about internet. We are just thinking that we have two computers and we want to share data between them. So what we know, we need to have some sort of connectivity, because if connectivity is there, they can share data. So guys, you can do what? You can connect computer A to computer B directly with the help of a cable. We can do that. What will form here? We'll form a network. It's not a big network like internet, but definitely it form a network between whom?
Let's talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
connectivity. Now if connectivity is there, the result that they can achieve, that is data sharing. So without any networking device, you can simply connect two devices to each other with a single cable. Yes, we can do that. And you can ask me, Sumit, how are you providing connectivity? So guys, I hope you are aware of your computer system. What is computer? Because guys, we are not learning about human network. We are not learning about telephonic network. We are learning about computer
Network.
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 Okay. Okay, so,
Yeah, yeah.
this is what we need to know. So first of all, we need to know what is computer, what types of hardware we have with our computer, and what that particular hardware is doing. Okay, so after that, you will be able to know the benefit of network. So let's go and talk about computer system first, and then we'll start. What is computer? Computer is a device that takes some instruction from you guys. In very simple, it's a device, it's a computing device, but it can only perform something when you give him instruction, guys. It won't be doing by itself. When we give him instruction, then he receive that instruction through with the help of keyboard, maybe mouse, maybe any other hardware device. Keyboard, mouse, both of them are hardware. One for providing input through keystrokes, and one is providing key input through clicks and drag. That is your mouse. So guys, your computer takes instruction from you. That instruction he's understanding in background. What does that instruction mean? What does I need to perform? So he should be having some memory, he should be having some brain to receive that input, perform their like calculation and all arithmetic calculation, what the exact result should be. And after that, after processing, first of all, we need to give him instruction, then he'll receive that instruction and process that information. He'll process what does that instruction, what does the instruction is all about. And after that, guys, he's giving you an output. So such a beautiful device. We are giving him instruction, he's processing that information, and he's producing some output. So let's see, what do you know? So Judy and Varun, so tell me, how many components are there in your computer? Components of computer, components. One by one, let's ask Judy. Can you please name some?
Say it again. The computer has like the hardware and the software, I do believe.
So let's see. You know, you have a see. Let's talk about desktops and all. Okay. So in desktop,
Yeah,
you have a box like that. Then you have a
yeah,
monitor screen. Then you have
mm-hmm.
keyboard.
Yeah,
Okay, and you have a mouse. Okay. So
mm-hmm.
basically, you are connecting your monitor to your this this box that you are having.
Yeah, desktop
You are
and the
connecting your
keyboard.
keyboard to this particular box.
Yeah,
Is it true?
mm-hmm. And
And you're
connect the
connecting your
mouse.
mouse to which device? To your this
Yeah,
particular device. So
yeah,
everything
that's
that
it.
is main, that is in this box that you are having.
Yeah,
Okay. So this particular is your CPU. Basically, it's a
mm-hmm.
cabinet box. And within that cabinet
Yeah,
box, you have all the main component. Guys, first of all,
yeah,
we have motherboard. What do we have?
motherboard.
What is motherboard, guys? What is motherboard according to you? Can anyone of you help me know about it?
Where we can store all of our data over there
Not data.
in our.
No, 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 no. It's not about data. Let me go and see. I hope you have all have. We all have seen that motherboard for PC, guys. We have different types of motherboard. Motherboard for
Yeah,
mobile, motherboard for your CPU, like what we are drawing in front of you.
Processor. It's processor, right? Yeah.
It's not processor. We'll get to know. Today we'll get to know. So, guys, in front of you, what you can see, we have a image of how a motherboard looks. So see, we'll get this one. Okay, we'll open this image because everything has been mentioned here properly. Okay, we'll take a simple one. So see here, copy, copy. So guys, everything that is in this particular box, that is main component, is motherboard. Every other
mm-hmm.
component, every other thing that your like your RAM, like your NIC card, like your processor, everything is attached on this motherboard. Guys, the image that you
Yeah,
are seeing, it's a image of a motherboard with all the components. So see, and here you can see a blue board that is in background. So this is known as your motherboard. Above it, all your main components are being attached. Okay,
yeah,
so guys, see here, we have your RAM slots. Like first of all, in
mm-hmm.
motherboard, so motherboard should be there because every if you are attaching RAM in your motherboard in your computer, you will attach to the RAM slot. Okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
the slot for your processor. Main thing, CPU, processor,
Mm-hmm.
central
Processor unit.
processing unit. Guys, we have Intel, one of the organization that is Intel. The other one we have AMD. I hope you all of us have heard about them. Intel is making processor i7, i5, okay, dual core. What is that? The main brain of your computer that is calculating
Mm-hmm.
all the stuff. So guys, what do we have in your motherboard, in your main computer of your computer is RAM, processor, that is CPU, central processing unit. Then we have hard disk and all. Do you agree with me? You all have heard about them. Now we are having
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
SSD. Okay.
This card, SSD से card, na?
No, 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 no. It's yeah, it's also card. So guys, your hard disk is also a component. It's basically a piece of device, like piece of hardware component. Like it's a what you can say. You can say it's a specific thing that is meant to store your data permanently, even in
Okay, okay.
hard disk. Okay, and then the faster, now guys, we are having the same feature with a better capability. So the term that they have given, SSD. Earlier we were having HDD, hard disk was your HDD. Now we are having more faster and more better hard disk that is known as solid state drive, SSD. It's light in weight, having same capability to store your data permanently. Like your, like in my laptop I have, you can see I have these CCNA docs and all. I have, these are data that whenever I turn even if I shut down my computer and if I restart my computer, these data will be there. So where it is actually storing? In your hard disk or your SSD. Okay, then guys, we have, like, we can, you can see we have heat sink. This is to provide cooling capability above your processor, because guys, as you know guys, if you are doing work for 24 into 7, do you agree with me that your brain will get exhausted
Yes.
Yeah.
because of so much of heat, because of so much of task? So same thing, when when your computer works, your CPU also get heat. So for that purpose, we have heat sink. What do we have? You can see here, this is our heat sink. Okay, and with that guys, we are also having CPU fans. That is the fans will be placed above your processor, so that it will continuously give air to your processor, because I hope you know, when we feel heat, we on our ACs and all to cool us down. The same thing is there. We have guys other component also. The main components guys that you all must have known: RAM, processor. This is the brain of your computer. What is RAM, guys? And can anyone tell me? So see here, when you know one thing, when first of all you need to give some instruction, you need to give some instruction. Okay, so with the help of keyboards and all, the instruction will be reaching to your CPU. But before that, whatever instruction that your CPU receives is must be come from a memory that is known as read only memory. So whatever instruction that you are giving, or your computer in background, a software is giving to your processor, all must go through RAM. So RAM store instruction, but those kind of data is what instruction that need to be run on your computer. So whatever instruction that can be given to your CPU will be always shared from your RAM. So that is why RAM is there, read only memory, random only memory. It is faster in sharing and receiving data. Okay. Then guys, your processor will do what? The brain will understand whatever instruction is given to them one by one, and will try to give an output. So guys, that output you need to see. So guys, if you want to store that output, you should be having some memory. But okay, not RAM. So we have your hard disk. It's a secondary memory. Your RAM is your primary memory. By primary memory, because it's faster, and whatever instruction that your CPU will be receiving will be only given from your RAM. If I remove my RAM, what will happen guys? My computer will be not able to take any instruction. Will you remember that point? If I take out my RAM,
Yes.
if my RAM goes wrong, faulty, then my computer won't be open, because
But
the
in the computer, but in the computer, RAM is working like as a speed to give the more efficient speed. I think so.
no. So see, we have 4 GB of RAM. You can send 4 GB of data at a time. You have 8 GB of RAM. You have 16 GB of RAM. Do you agree? So what is there? So the larger the size of your RAM, the more instruction you will be able to give. That
It's work as an instruction.
whatever instruction that your CPU is getting, your processor will be getting,
Oh,
will be only given from which memory?
RAM.
Primary memory only. So it depends on the capability of RAM, how much data I can store at a time, sir. So what happens when your computer goes slow down? Because so people say, na, increase your RAM. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
That
That's like it's like for me, like the RAM is kind of the memory of the computer. Is that right?
you can say memory of the computer. You can say it's a memory which is storing something. Memories which is storing
Yeah,
something.
it's storing. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
what it's actually storing? It's storing the instruction that will be given to the CPU.
Okay.
No, okay.
Okay, even if I'm clicking here, this particular instruction will be with the help of my keyboards and my mouse. I was able to produce this instruction, but this instruction will go to my RAM. This particular see to your RAM, and RAM will be giving instruction to your processor, CPU.
The PlayStation.
Remember, that's why they say increase your RAM. So basically what? Because see right now I have 16 GB of RAM. Right now I'm not doing
Yes.
much of task, but 9 GB of RAM is utilizing. In background, it is storing 9.2 GB of RAM. That instruction is continuously going to my CPU in background. That's
Okay.
why some instruction we are giving and some instruction are produced by softwares that are running on my computer in background. Okay, it is generated by the piece of code, but let's not talk about that in depth. So remember, for right now, whatever your instruction, so RAM is the primary memory that you should have, that is from which memory your instruction to your CPU will be shared. So the larger the number of RAM, more instruction will be able to share to your CPU. But guys, your CPU should be also able to process that instruction. Suppose I have 300 students in my session. Right now, I am able to handle 2 to 3, 8 to 7, 10 to 15 students right now, let's suppose. But what if I am receiving doubts from 300 students?
Huh?
Okay, we have a group, we say, okay, so we can have your RAM 8 GB, 12 GB, but your CPU should be also able to, your CPU should be also having capabilities to receive that much of instruction that is given from your RAM. Okay, whatever data you want to store, then you can use your hard disk, whether it's your HDD older one or whether your solid state drive, that is the newer one, for the same purpose. You can store that data in your hard disk. Okay, and hard disk is your secondary memory. So guys, we have one more. So in your component, guys, for the network related stuff, we have a component that is known as network interface card, that is known as network interface card.
Interface
This particular
card.
hardware that is attached on your motherboard will help you connect your network, will help your computer to
LAN
connect to a network, will help your
LAN
computer
cable.
to connect to a network. So guys, we have multiple types of NIC card, one for wireless and one for wired. So see here, so you can see the how actually it's look. So you can see it's a hardware that where we'll be attaching this, we'll be attaching on a motherboard. These particular one component. Okay. So if you have NIC card, you can connect your laptop, your computer to any network. If you don't have NIC card, or maybe it's faulty, then you cannot connect your computer to any NIC card. Remember that particular point, guys. Okay. So we have a specific component that is known as NIC card. This particular piece of NIC card is for your wired one. You can see we have lots of like chips and all, and like pins and all. But this particular port we all have seen. So this particular port is known as which port, guys?
LAN. LAN.
Guys,
LAN
we have another name for
LAN.
the same port also. That is known as RJ45 port. That is,
45.
guys, we have another name to represent the same thing. That is known as Ethernet port. Okay. So guys, to represent the same thing, we have different terms. So you should be also able to tell your mind that, hey Judy, hey Varun, we'll be able to learn new stuff, new names. So
Yeah.
that will be representing the same thing. Okay.
Oh, that means the RG45 is called to LAN port and Ethernet port. Okay, Ethernet port.
The same thing as it's a structure, guys. We have lots of port that looks same, but it has different functionality. It has different pinouts over here. We'll be talking about that in a specific lecture, that is interface and cable. Okay, we'll be learning about that too, sir. No worries, guys. We have, so okay, so this is our network interface card. This piece of hardware is required so that your computer can connect to any network. And you can see on that particular hardware a LAN port is attached. So guys, if you are having your laptop in which you have Wi-Fi capability, so your laptop will be having NIC card, network interface card, that is capable of wireless connectivity. Okay, so we have, for wired connectivity we have a different NIC card, and for wireless connectivity we have a different NIC card, but the result will be same. With the help of NIC card, we'll be able to connect our device to a network. So this is what the challenge. So basically we have two computers and I want to connect them. So definitely we need to have a piece of hardware on a computer attached, that is your NIC card. Okay, so we have on that NIC card we have one port that is known as your LAN port. So with the help of that LAN port, you are connecting the cable directly from PCA to PCB. After, guys, we have provided connectivity and all, what these can do, they can share data. PCA can communicate to PCB and PCB can communicate to PCA. That is what the result is. This is network providing connectivity. If this connectivity was not there, whether wired or whether wirelessly, they won't be able to communicate. For simplicity, I'm using word like communicate. But later on, this communication will depend whether they are communicating text based, or whether they are doing video calling and all, whether they are doing real time conversation and all. Lot of category will be there, but the result is sharing data. So that was the idea, guys. Now what happened, guys? We have a now, so remember one thing. In a network, you can have at least two, you should have at least two devices, at least two devices, or you can have more than two devices. If I only have a single device, what to do with the help of network? Network is basically providing connectivity with someone, na? So at least you should have two devices in a network, and we can have more than two devices also according to the requirement. So right now, if I have a third device, guys, if I want to attach them in our NIC card, we don't have that much of ports. In our computer, we don't have two NIC cards. Definitely, we can have two NIC cards on every computer. We can have that kind of structure. So see, PCA is directly connected to PCB. We can connect with the help of another NIC card that we are having on PCA. We can connect PCs with PCC. Same we can do with PCC to PCB. So guys, if we have more devices in the network, like 4, 10, 3, according to you, we need to have multiple NIC cards, and with the NIC card we'll be having the ports. So guys, that will make complication in my computer. That will make whether my computer will become computer or it will be a port itself. So guys, we have
Mm-hmm.
networking devices, okay? We don't have that much of ports in our computer. Yes, at least you should have one port if you want to have wired connectivity, or you can have two port also. You can have two ports also, but usually you don't see that. You need to have that requirement that in my computer I want two NIC card. You can have that, guys. It's not compulsory that you can only have, but your motherboard should be able to handle two NIC cards, supporting that feature. Done. So guys, what we have built networking devices. Guys, we have networking devices which will be helping you connect your computers in a network. So the first device that we'll be learning, that we are talking right now, theoretically, that will be switch. And guys, for your practical purpose, we have a specific software, that is your Cisco Packet Tracer. Again, I'm repeating that, Cisco Packet Tracer. In this particular software, you can be learning your networking and all, guys. Here in this particular, you do not need any complication setups and all, like downloading iOS and all. No, for your CCNA purpose, that is a simple and best software that you can work on. So what we'll be doing, we'll be learning your CCNA and all, and we'll be doing practical stuff here in our Packet Tracer. Okay. So guys, as we know, let's suppose here I'll build a network. You can see end devices. So what are end devices? End devices are the one for which network was devices. Like your computer is in the end of your network. My computer is in the end of one network, on that particular network. End devices. Beyond us, there is no network. Okay, we are the one for which the network is being made, so that end devices can communicate. Like your computer and my computer are end devices. Your end devices can be your computer, guys. It can be your, right now you can see IP cameras. If you are having a IP camera in your office or at your home to have surveillance, so that you will be knowing who is coming at your home or not, for surveillance and all.
Mm-hmm.
IP camera. So we are attaching these kind of hardware in our network. So network is now not only for computer, but it is having more capabilities. Okay, you can have VoIP phone, voice over IP phone. We have other stuff. So these are end host. Your printer is an end host. So okay. So guys, right now what I'll do, I'll go here in the packet tracer. In the below section, you can see networking devices, end devices. So go here, select end devices, and here you will see PC, laptop, server, printers, IP phone, lots of stuff are there. For right now, we'll go to computers, click control button so that it will be simultaneously selected. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's suppose I have 4 devices in my home, let's suppose, or at my office. I want to build a single network, and all of them have a NIC card that is supporting one port. So guys, we have a specific networking device, that is your switch. So switch is a networking device that is having multiple LAN port, it is up to your requirement You can go and get a switch. Like for example, you can have a 6-port switch. You can have a 12-port switch available in market, a single switch that is having 12 port. You can have 24-port switch. You can have 48-port switch according to, and 48 plus. So it's up to your requirement how much port that you want in your switch. Then you will be asked for the money according to your requirement, guys. Okay. So switch have multiple LAN ports or Ethernet ports, RJ45 ports. So with the help of which you can provide connectivity. Okay, the first main task is to provide connectivity. So suppose we have 4 computers and I want to build a single network through which we can communicate. I'll go and take a 6-port switch. So the diagram that you are seeing, guys, switch do not look like this. It's a diagram. In diagrams, we draw this kind of topology. It's a rectangular box and 4 arrows that you can see that represents that we are having a switch here. And now you can attach your computer A to one of the port in your switch. Okay, and same thing computer B to one of the port in your switch. Same with computer C, connectivity with your switch, and same with computer D, providing connectivity your switch. So first of all, you'll go and buy a switch that is used to provide connectivity within a single network. So you know one thing, your switch is having multiple port, and it is used to provide connectivity. It is used to provide connectivity within a single network. We are not having multiple network right now. We are only having a single network. In that single network, we only have 4 devices. Right, according to my need. So switch is used to provide connectivity within a single network. Your single network can be 4 devices. Your can be like 18, 24, 250. Depends on your single network. How many devices you are having. So what we are having, but you should be having that much of port now in your switch. Remember that. So after providing connectivity and all, what we can have, we can have these devices are connected in a single network, and they can share data. But guys, only providing connectivity is not efficient. We need to give them logical addressing, guys. Only providing in network is not efficient. From who is sending to whom we are sending, we need to have some sort of address and all. So in your telephone network, your phone numbers are your identity. Is it? Do you agree with me? If you want to call me, you should be from your phone network, you should be having my phone number na, to which destination you want to call. So same
Yeah.
thing is happen here, is same thing is there in your computer network. We have a concept of addresses, guys. Remember right now, we have a concept of addresses in a computer. We have two types of address. Two, okay, only two categories. One is your physical address and one is your logical address, guys. In your computer, guys, after providing connectivity, you need to have some sort of address identity. Basically, address is what? Your identity. Your home is having an address, that is the identity where you live. Your office is having a address, that is your identity where your office is. So same thing, when you provide connectivity, connectivity should be there, and we have lots of other things that you should be also following. So one of the thing is providing identity. So guys, for identity we have addresses. So right now, which address? Be patient, be patient. So guys, we have two types of addresses in a computer. One is your physical address and one is your logical. One is always permanent to your computer, that never changes automatically. It will never change until unless you replace a specific hardware. I'll be telling you that. So physical address is a permanent address of your computer. To whichever network you will go, like suppose right now you are at your home, you're connected in your home network. So your physical address will be same. Then in later on you go to a cafe and attach your laptop to the cafe's network because Wi-Fi was available. So when you connect to a Wi-Fi, so but your physical address will always remain same. Whether you connect from to any network to from your home, maybe from cafe, maybe from your office, or maybe from any other place through which you are providing it, you are connected to a network. So physical address, that's why physical. It will always remain same to whichever network you attach your computer. Then guys, okay, so the physical address is known as, the name is known as which address, guys?
MAC
Mac address.
address.
MAC addresses. Even my computer is having a MAC address, guys. That will always remain same to whichever network I go, whether from my home, whether from my company, whether from a cafe, and etc xyz places, guys. Then we have logical address that is known as IP addresses, guys.
IPN.
Yes, guys, you have heard about them. IP version 4, IP version 6, maybe or maybe not. So, guys, we have a logical address that is known as IP addresses. So this is what we are talking. When you provide connectivity within a network, first of all, you need to have some networking device. Why? Because if you want to attach more than two devices in a network, definitely if you want to have a network more than two devices, because if you're having a network only have two devices, you can directly connect them. No? But if you have a network, you want to have multiple people within that network, then you'll go and get a switch. Switches have multiple ports, but all of the ports are used to build a single network to provide connectivity within the single network. So now after connectivity, you need to tell a logical addressing. Even if I visit Varun's home or maybe Judy's home, guys, I need to have a logical address. Where are you guys right now? You will tell me your location. That is your logical address. Okay, let's suppose. Okay, that is your IP address. Okay, so I we'll talk about IP address in depth. So for right now, let's see in front how does the IP address look. So guys, for right now, 192.168.0.0/24. Guys, what this is what a network ID. So the IP address that I have written in front of you, it is known as network ID. This particular IP address is like is providing connect is giving identity to not a single, is providing connectivity for the complete network. With the help of this network ID, I am like identifying this complete network, and within this network we'll be having multiple more IP addresses, guys, that we can assign to people that belongs to within this network. For example, 192.168.0.1, 192.168.0.2, 192.168.0.3 till 192
24.
168 255 255, guys. Okay, so we have to,
Okay.
by looking at this particular network ID, you will be able to identify the complete network. But with who is the device within that network who is sending me, how will you identify? Because within that network you will be having more IP addresses, not unlimited, but more IP addresses. So what you can do, you can assign this first PC to PCA, the second IP to PCB, in according to any manner. You need to provide them IP address that belongs to the same network. Within this network, that should be. So within this IP address, you can have lots of IP. Within this network, you can have lots of IP addresses that you can give to PCA. Let's suppose 192. We'll go to PCA, and with the help of a way, we'll assign IP addresses to these computer. Dot 192.168.0.2. Then we'll go to PCC 192.168.0.3, and same here 192.168.0.1. No, guys, we will be not assigning same IP address that we have already assigned. How can two people have same identity? Otherwise, it will create confusion. Na? So that's why every device within that network should be having unique IP address available within that network. You can assign freely .10, .13. You can do like that way, but it will be not managed way. It is not a proper way to assign IP address. You will get confused which IP is assigned and which IP is not. So that's why
We,
assigning,
we can't we can't we can't assign more than 255.
you can assign, sir, but for that your network ID will be something else. So
Okay.
according to this IP address and this the according
Okay.
to this network ID, what I am able to identify, Varun, what is the like I'm able to understand which network it is, and I'm also able to like calculate how many IP addresses are there from which IP to which IP. So if the
Mhm.
network ID is something else, and this because of this particular value /24, the range is only till 255. But if it is something else, then the range will be something else, Varun.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, after providing connectivity, you should be providing some addresses. Which addresses? Your logical address. Because your MAC address you cannot change. For example, computer A MAC address is already there. AA, BB, let's suppose, and CC, for like it's an example that I'm using for the MAC address of this computer, DD. Whichever network this computer go, then MAC address will remain same. It's a physical identity. But these computers should be having IP address to whichever network they are assigning. Let's suppose if I attach a new computer, okay, then let's suppose PCE, his MAC address EE. So what happens if I do not assign him IP address? First of all, no one can communicate to him, and he cannot also send data to anyone. Because to send data in network, one thing is required: who is sending and to whom you want to send. Then only these networking device will be able to receive data and send data to the destination. If he is not able to understand who is sending and to whom he want to send, how can someone deliver your data, guys? How can someone? Even if someone is there and IP address is not provided, you cannot communicate to him. What if you have if that IP if someone is there who is connected in network and you have assigned some other IP address? Let's suppose he's right now, which network we are in, guys? 192.168.0.0. And let's suppose we give him IP address that belongs to some other network, and we are attaching him in this network. Then also connectivity is there. What, guys, remember the fundamental of switch is used to provide connectivity within a single network.
Network.
So he can only send data if the source and destination belongs to the
It's
same network.
same
If
same
source
network.
and destination belongs to some other network, then he is not the right guy that will be able to deliver data. We have some
Mm.
other device for that purpose. But this is logically wrong. So if you're adding
Mm.
someone in your network, so the IP address of that device should also belongs to your
Same network.
same network. Otherwise, it will create confusion.
Mm.
So guys, we get to know about first networking device. First of all, we get to know about what is
Yes.
network.
Yeah.
We get to know about in this network we are not connecting any compute and we are not connecting any TVs and all, IP camera and all. We are connecting computers. Okay,
Mm.
computer network. Later on, computer network is so much evolved. Imagine the same Wi-Fi network is attaching your like your television TV, your smart TV is attaching to your computer network. Your mobile phone is connecting to your Wi-Fi network, your computer network. Your telephonic network is also attached to your computer network. So computer network is now not only for computers, but it is having more devices. More things are there, so more technology will be there to add these devices. Technology will be there, guys. Okay, done. So remember one thing. If you want to have so first of all, guys, we are not learning randomly. We are learning how actually network was built. So network is what providing connectivity. So right now, connectivity is of two type: wired and wireless.
Wireless.
So wireless was later on developed. So switch is a networking device that helps you build a network and provide connectivity in a wired fashion with the help of
But
cable to.
mostly wired is used in like corporate sector, I think so.
No, at your
Uh,
home, also.
okay.
Do you what can I know, Varun, what kind of I from which ISP have you have like you are having Wi-Fi at your home or at your office?
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi,
router. Yeah, router.
Wi-Fi router.
Yeah.
Maybe Geo,
Yeah.
maybe Airtel. Can you see we have a cable
Yeah.
attached to that? You must be having a cable attached to your Wi-Fi router, I think.
No, no. I'm using like on a wireless basis.
But it must be
Cable
having a
is not
fiber.
attached. Cable is, yeah, fiber. Fiber is attached in my broadband router,
So
and I'm using
connectivity
like
is there. Connectivity and how which connectivity in your Wi-Fi router is producing wireless connectivity, but it is also connected to some other network with the help of that cable, with the help of that fiber cable, Varun. The
Mhm.
ISP is providing connectivity to your connectivity to their network, Varun, with the help of that fiber cable.
Okay.
We'll get to know about that too. Then, guys, so network connectivity, then data share. We have wired and wireless done. Now, guys, what are the components and which is the main component for network connectivity? Network interface card. We have a NIC card different for wired and we have a different NIC card for wireless capability. My laptop is having both capability. It has a LAN port also, and it also have Wi-Fi capability.
Wi-
So I am having
Wi-Fi.
two NIC cards, one for wired connectivity and one for Wi-Fi.
Wireless.
Then, guys, you know what is RAM doing, what is CPU doing, what is hard disk. We know about that, but you should be good with what is actually. So then we know about a networking device that is known as switch.
Which
Hello.
Yes, Judy. Yes.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So we have a
Sure.
networking device that is switch done, and switch have multiple ports. But what will be the result? With the help of that, you can connect multiple device
Yeah, okay,
in a
sure.
single
Yeah.
network,
Yeah,
and
multiple.
your switch will be taking care that we are building a single network. So guys, in a single network, you can have single switch. But what if your company is having, like right now, my company is very small. It is only having 5 devices. But later on, what suppose I am hiring 20 more people. So within my computer, now I'll be having 24. So what we can have? We can have a single 24 port switch, but it's not compulsory that you can have only one. In your network, you can have multiple switch also. Okay, because your network can be, it will be not always that small. So let's suppose, how can you do that connectivity? I'll build a basic diagram and all to represent that same thing. So guys, you'll go and get a switch, provide connectivity. In your network, you might have multiple more devices. My company is, this is my first floor. Let's suppose this is my second floor. Maybe second another room, maybe third floor, or another room. Okay. So in your network, you're having multiple departments and you have done connectivity. Then guys, to switch is used to build a single network, and when you provide connectivity with your switch, you are growing your network so that more people can get attached. So you can have multiple switches in your network, but one thing is there, you need to provide connectivity between switches also. One of the port from switch 1 should be attaching another port on switch 2. What is a network? Connectivity. If connectivity is not there, they cannot share data. So every port of your switch is used to provide connectivity, and only in a single network. And in a single network, you can have a single switch, depends on your requirement how many end hosts you are having, and you can have multiple switches also, depends on how many end hosts you are having in that and how you want to have it.
Okay. I have a question. Can you have a switch that has like instead of having like let's say in this topology, you have like a three switches that you are connecting to like four like those like let me see like 12 computers. What about if you have like a switch that has like more ports
You can
that you
have
can
that.
just connect with
So you
one?
can, so basically, Judy, are you trying to say, can we have Sumit
Yeah.
24 ports instead of having three
Yes.
switches? Can we have a
Yes.
single switch of 28
Yes.
24 ports? Definitely,
Yes.
Judy.
Is it
You can.
possible?
Yes, it is totally possible. It is the way how
Okay.
you're designing the network. But Judy,
Mm-hmm.
remember one thing. I want to give you an example. Judy, just
Mm-hmm.
let's
This
imagine,
this will this will only happen if we are working in the one room. We are
maybe in
yeah,
one room, maybe in a same floor. It can happen that
yeah,
way.
on the same floor. Yeah, it
It's
will be.
now, Judy. Just now, Judy and Varun, think of one point, guys. Imagine yourself like we guys are sitting in a classroom and I'm teaching you in that scenario. Okay, guys, you the way I'm speaking right now, it's you are audible. That thing is very audible to you guys. But imagine yourself now, you are sitting 100, let's suppose you're sitting 200 meters away in in same classroom. If I speak in that same pitch or maybe in the same strength, will you be able to listen in that proper in same energy?
No,
Might be not. Hey Sumit, your voice is coming, but with very little less. Why? Because what is network? It's just only providing connectivity, and with the help of network, we are sending signals. So every signal have a strength. It has a range of distance that it can travel up to. So that's why, Judy, if the distance between your computer A and your switch is, let's suppose, 300 meter, you can provide a single connectivity, but your signals will go
Below.
low after a
weak.
certain range. So that's why we are having few after few meters we can have a switch. Okay, so switch will definitely receive that data, and it will also, it will not always boost, but usually it will replicate the signal from other port through which they can reach the destination. So when
Okay.
switch is not only transmitting, it will also try to amplify, not amplify the real pitch, but it will able to, like, just like a repeater. Okay, it will be able to repeat the same strength from the other port. So that's why it totally depends how, what's the distance between your device and the switch. So it is not, you can have that the same topology that you were discussing, you can have that in that manner. But if you are saying, hey, connectivity is there, but my PC data is not able to reach my switch, then definitely the distance is uh, greater than whatever the feasible distance is. We'll be able to learn that when we'll be talking about interface and cable session. Basically, what are the cables that we'll be using? You will be able to know bad and good things about every cable, copper cable and fiber cable, pros and cons. Then you will be able to identify that. So, Judy, another example that I want to say, guys, suppose you guys are architect, the one who is designing the home. So, design architect is doing same one thing. What he's designing home, but what do you think, guys? He's designing the home in same manner or different manner according to the requirement of client,
Different, different.
according to the requirement of the client. How many rooms he want, how balcony and all. Okay, just like that. So network is what providing connectivity, but how you are designing and like implementing it, it's totally depend on the requirement. How many end hosts are there, what are the distance between them, how many switches we should be required to provide proper connectivity. Not only providing connectivity, but a distance, but data should be also cover the distance. That is the idea. So guys, we know we can have multiple devices within your network. You need to have connectivity, and all the devices that you are providing connectivity should be assigned IP address from the same network. Let's suppose the network that is running here is 192.168.0.0/16. This time the network ID that I have shown you is representing this complete network, not only a single device. With the help of this network ID, what I am able to see the range. So the starting IP will be 192.168.0.1, but the last IP address that we can get from here is 192.168.255.255. By looking at the network ID, guys, I'm able to recognize this complete network, and I'm also able to recognize this range of IP address that will be available. I'll be teaching you that how we are calculating that. It's very easy. Then we need to assign these IP addresses to these computers. We'll go to every device and try to assign. Okay, dot 3, dot 4, dot 5. Okay, like that. So the first networking device that we are learning, that is switch. And guys, we'll be talking networking device day by day, not all of thing in one session. Okay, the next point I want to tell, guys, after providing connectivity, guys, we have a concept of client and server. We have a concept of client and server. So what are client and what are server? Let's suppose I have two computers that are connected in network. This is computer A, this is computer B. Now, see, so let's suppose computer B, it's a computer. Let's like a computer, it's a computer. We have installed an application. By installing that application, now this computer becomes a server. He is able to provide some service. After I have installed a specific application that will make this machine act as a
So,
server. And what does a server do? A server provides services. Like for example, just imagine you are a guy and you wanna eat a cookie, and you have five different like you wanna eat cookie is your requirement. Let's suppose you have five stores nearby home. One is chemist, pharmacy, that is. Another one is like school or college institution. Another one is like your hair cutting salon. Other one is cafe, and last one is journal store. So guys, where will you go for a cookie? To a journal store. Okay,
Then
all of the other was store providing some service, but you will go to that particular store, you will go to that particular business where you will be able to get the right reply. So basically, a server is a machine. Server is also a machine that is doing some service. You need to install an application, and you need to configure that device to give some provide some services. After that, what can happen? The other device in the network, they will learn, because they are not hosting any service. But if they want this particular service, they can send with the help of network. They can send a request message. That request message with the help of network will travel to the destination. If destination receives a message, he will open that, whether the message is for me or not. Okay, it's for me. And whether if it's a right request or not. So if the request and all the other things are right, your server will be providing you a reply back, and within that reply you will be having, guys, you will be having what? You will be having the reply, whatever service you have asked for, whatever data you have asked for. Okay, so server is also a machine. Just remember, server is a device that is providing some service to a client. So you have with the help of network, these server and client architecture was very common. So what do we know about server? Server is a machine which provide some service to client. So basically you can have HTTP server, HTTPS server. I'll talk about them, guys. These are two services used for your web services. Whenever you visit any website, either your website will be HTTPS or either the website will be HTTP. Guys, from your browser, you are sending a HTTPS request to a YouTube server, maybe to a Facebook server, maybe to any other website that you want to. But which request? HTTPS. It's a specific request. To whom? To web server. Then with the help of a network, that request will go to YouTube. If the request is valid, then YouTube will give you a reply back. Okay, we have FTP server, we have DHCP server. Just for your, these are the example. We'll be talking about them in upcoming sessions. Okay, so we have server and we have clients. So client are whom, guys? Client are the devices that takes some service from the server. So we can have different servers providing different services, but it's up to the client which kind of service he wants. Okay, so guys, for today's session, what we learn about? We learn about what is network. In guys CCNA, you will be not only learning about your switch and all, but guys, we have more upcoming networking device such as routers, firewall, wireless access point, and different devices that will, that with the help of them we are building a network. And on which platform, guys, we'll be working on? We'll be working on Cisco Packet Tracer. Okay, so guys, we'll continue from tomorrow how we are attaching these how we'll be connecting these four devices in Cisco Packet Tracer to build a single network, and how can we check whether connectivity is there or not. We'll continue from the same thing. I request you to be on time, just from my side. Okay, any doubt for
Okay.
today's session? Any doubt, Judy and Varun?
No, it's good.
Done, sir. So we'll meet tomorrow on the same time, 7:30 to 8:30.